As a dedicated American citizen that makes mistakes like anyone else, I want to say to you, yes, that is you, Collier County, you should be ashamed of yourselves. For the listeners that are now tuning in for the first time, allow me to break it down. Give me 5 minutes of your time, and I will give you truth on a silver platter. Legal foreign investors entered this country in the year of 2013. They obeyed all of the rules, followed all instructions, and did what they were told in order to start a new business. So let's use our heads here. This family entered into the United States to invest, and with whose money? Mystery question of the day. They brought their money into our country's economy. Their country, Italy, depends on them to survive, hence trade, because now we as Americans are allowed to go to Italy to open a business and return the favor. Some see it as a better future for their children, and some people see it as treason, feeling abandoned, and I understand why. Not everyone has the means to pick up and go. However, these are the spoils of trade, the privileges we are granted. As long as the treaty is open, any citizen from either country can trade with, work with, or invest in. All those 7-Elevens and foreign stores with foreign owners, etc., thank them. Please do. Look at them and smile. They do not know your ways. They only know what you show them for those 40 seconds while cashing out. They just want to be happy, just like you. Me, myself, I am guilty for mistreating our foreigners who visit, work, or own property here. It was all a misunderstanding because now I get it. Now let's get down to business. These foreign investors entered into a lease and were misleaded from day one. Regardless of the circumstances and legalities, they should have never gone through this as guests in our country. They were tricked along with 3 other business owners that previously leased the same space. However, this time around, without any knowledge of the past events that took place with the previous owners, these foreign investors we are talking about decided to put up a fight. No one would help them. In fact, people laughed and found it amusing. The problem we have here is a lack of parking for the tenants at a plaza. A landlord decided to block well over 30% of a shopping center's common parking that is supposed to be available for all tenants. In this case, he blocked off parking for one exclusive tenant. That exclusive tenant paid off the landlord for those spaces. Collier County was well aware of this nightmare going on. They knew that this plaza has been plagued for over a decade. They were aware of the parking conditions and all of the major cosmetic changes that took place and did nothing about it. This man increased his overall square footage by 30%, making it nearly impossible to park vehicles during a busy season, where he had to encroach into preserve and gopher tortoise relocations and totally destroyed it. Once again, the county knew, as well as the Conservancy of Southwest Florida, and no one did anything. Once the foreigners would begin fighting for answers is when everyone started moving their behinds. One violation after the other manifested. However, it's been years of violations found on the landlord's behalf, and still the Collier County Code Enforcement is trying their best to help him in any way possible. What is it that he has on them? For anyone to have violations open for 4 years and still working on it with minor consequences, either knows someone important in that particular office, they know something that can get someone in trouble, ruin their life or reputation, or they're paying them off, or they are that lucky. I'm going to scratch out the lucky part. No one is that lucky. After years of fighting in court, pretty much the foreigners versus the landlord, the judge sided in the landlord's favor. Even though the evidence was plain as day, the landlord did not have enough parking, and he was over the 20% maximum for a restaurant space in a shopping center. It was the most ridiculous ruling known to man. We are all shocked because the judge did not even bother accepting the facts. Instead, he agreed with the opposing lawyer, stating we provided zero evidence. The landlord promised all common parking available to these foreigners and others. Once the foreigners' restaurant opened, the landlord began blocking off parking for a bridge club that was too big for his shopping center. The landlord not only blocked parking, but he created over 70 spaces of his own on preserve and grassy areas, which were all exclusive for the bridge club. These were facts that were ignored at trial. Months after the trial was over, the landlord was found guilty on all the violations at his plaza by a special magistrate. The landlord's engineer even admitted the shopping center was way over the 20% in restaurants and 30% over in land use. The PUD was closed out. Once land use is closed out, you must amend the original plan to make any additional changes. The landlord did whatever he wanted to without taking the required steps. The result of his actions ruined many lives, and he got away with it for over a decade, until now. However, the trial is now headed for the Court of Appeals. Let's see what the judges have to say now that the truth is clear, and in the defendant's own words. I pray that my fellow Americans in office show these foreigners that our justice system does work. Let's keep them here and show them the love that they deserve. After all the chaos, they are still here, braving a new adventure. If you would like to learn more about the story, leave a comment below, and I will send you a direct link to our website and to the book that will be released in September of 2018. I thank you guys for listening. Love and peace to all. Take care.